The world number 16, Simon Whitlock, has celebrated his 48th birthday in style, booking his place in the 4th round of the UK Open darts. He's beaten the 25-year-old Chris Quantock from York, 10-2 the scoreline. Over on board 2, Daryl Gurney, also in a hurry. He's beaten Riley's qualifier Alex Roy, ever present in this tournament, 10-2 the score there too. And Kevin Painter currently up against 26-year-old Chris Dobie. That's on the same board. That's 4-3 now to Dobie. So it's moving fast down there. It's also moving pretty fast on boards 3 to 8 as well. Here's Ned Boulting with the latest.
5 or 6 games already decided, and there have been some belting action already, and not least actually a game that seems to have been going all the way, doesn't it, right over there, Mark Webster and Ross Twell. And if I had some binoculars I could tell you with a bit more accuracy, but it looks like it's 9-9 at the moment, so they're right locked into a decider.
Yeah, it looks pretty close.
Let's have a look at some of those games that have been decided so far, and we'll start with young Willie O'Connor, and what a game that was. A demolition in the end of Mick Todd, running out a 10-2 winner, but that's not the whole story.
No, almost hit a 9-darter, wired double 12 or a 10-dart leg, started the next leg with a 180 and the next leg after that with a 180, so playing pretty well at the moment is William O'Connor. Yeah, very muted celebration as well. He means business, doesn't he? And then, well, this was an absolute cracker. We were watching bits and pieces of this game. Ronnie Baxter, on he goes, 10-8. He got so far in front, didn't he? And Darren you could see the pressure in his face, and he just couldn't drag himself back in the match. He had a chance, won, but didn't take it, and Ronnie came out a winner.
Properly big win, that. And what about this one? Mervyn King, beaten by Alan Tabern, rolling back the years, and that could have been a game from, what, 20 years ago, that one?
It could have been, yeah. 2-2, almost shocks, really.
And moving on, Kim Huybrechts as well, 10-8, and this was another feisty encounter, wasn't it? Very noisy between Brian Woods and Kim Huybrechts, but the Belgian, well, he's on form as well. 10-8, the winner against Brian Woods. And that leaves this match, and we're going to have to agree to disagree on the pronunciation of his opponent, Jordi Moovisse. I'm going with, that's not how you pronounce his name. Either way, it matters little because he lost 10-2 to a certain Chuck Norris, and a very emphatic result in the end from Alan Norris, and a cool customer he is indeed, and that's a very decent win.
Yeah, Jordi Moovisse is he's a great player. He didn't play his game tonight at all, but got through it, put pressure on him, and kept going. Yeah.
You like it down here. This is, well, not on this board, but Butlins Minehead, of course, the scene of your famous 9-darter not so long ago. Bring back happy memories.
Yeah, born and bred in Somerset, so why not? Back home, innit?
Yeah. We're just hearing as well that Mark Webster has just about edged out his opponents, and on he goes, Ross Twell. So that's
he was about 9-6 down, I think, in that match, so he's done well to come back there.
Very, very impressive. 10-9 in the end. You're just moving up on the outside, and the sly little outsider that perhaps isn't the first name on people's sort of list of favourites, but you can make a real impact in this tournament. Can you go deep into it?
Well, we'll see how it goes. We're through the last 32 now, so, luck of the draw, keep the darts going. You beat anybody on your day, so yeah, why not?
His confidence is high as well. Just won a Players' Championship, and they're not easy to win. They're really tough, really difficult. Won the first Players' Championship, so he'll come here in good form and confidence, and he got so far in front there, relaxed, and played solid all the way through.
Does that make sense to you, what was talking about there? Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I've had problems with sciatica, a bit of a bad back problem, but, I haven't taken a day off for it. just got it fixed up, and it took 4 or 5 days to get over. So feel for Michael at the moment. Hope you're enjoying the darts at home, by the way. And feeling great. First Players' Championship, win it. Not so good on the second day, but it's all right. Good preparation for this.
On we go. Well chucked, Chuck, and we'll see you in the next round.
Cheers,
well done,
cheers, Alan.
Right.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alan Norris, a pretty laid-back kind of bloke, but he's on decent form, very good form in fact, a decent little outside bet as well for this one. Well, this is how it stands on all the boards in the opening matches of tonight's third round. We know that Simon Whitlock's through because we've just seen it on the main stage. Chris Dobie 5-3 up on Kevin Painter now, so he won that break of the leg that we were just watching. Jermaine Wattimeda beating Kyle Anderson. Remember, it's the first to 10 in this round. Jelle Klassen 3-0 down against Johnny Clayton. Rob Hewson going well against Martin Lukman. They're just starting the John Michael Brendan Dolan match. Benito van der Pas has lost the opening leg against Matthew Dennant. And Mark Webster, as we heard just there from Ned, squeaking his way past Ross 12. And he's in tonight's draw, which will conclude proceedings here in Minehead on ITV4. Now let's get Peter Wright and James Richardson on the stage now. Watch out for Snakebite this weekend. He's been in red hot form recently. You might have seen last night he hit the second highest average ever on TV in the Premier League down the road in Exeter. Here's John McDonald.
Thank you. Welcome back to the action. This is the third round of the Coral UK Open Championship, brought to you by the Professional Dance Corporation. A very warm welcome to our viewers joining us live on ITV Sport. And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Butlins Minehead! Time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, ruthless James Richardson! It's really time to get this party started! Snakebite, Peter!
You'll notice that Peter Wright hasn't quite got the party started the way he usually does. That's because he twisted his ankle last night after his phenomenal feat, 119 average in Exeter. But let's see how he gets on, whether he can still play against Northamptonshire's James Richardson. James already has a win on the main stage today against Antonio Arsenis in the first round. And to get us through this one are Alan and John Rawling.
Well, the crowd wanted to see him dance, didn't they? But a few pantomime boos when he decided against it, because obviously he's twisted that ankle during the course of that amazing performance against A.D. Lewis last night.
Yeah, that was incredible, wasn't it? 119 average, the second highest in TV history, but he's been producing it on a regular basis, and that's why he's many people's favourite to win this tournament.
Well, he's milking the tremendous reception he's getting from the crowd, and they know just how well he played last night. 119.5, and he said he thinks it should have been a lot more. James Richardson, 43 years old. He's actually the younger man by 3 years. This is his fourth UK Open. Most recently, Peter Wright has prevailed in their last two meetings. The Crawley Players' Championship in 2013 and then the German Masters last year. Peter Wright, well, his leg, his ankle strapped up is it going to affect him? It didn't affect him last night, but I guess if he's turned an ankle, it's probably swollen up a little, and it'll not be. He might not be 100% for his throwing. We'll see.
It's turning into emergency ward 10 down here in Minehead. Injuries all over the place.
Oh, what a start.
Well, fantastic start.
He said last night, he said I got a lot of tons where I shoved the first dart into the middle of the treble 20, and having done that, you think you should be getting more than a ton. He said I did that a lot, and he said I averaged 119, but it could and should have been more.
Yeah, I can see where he's coming from. When you hit the treble with the first dart, you, as a professional player playing at this standard, you kind of expect a 140 as a minimum, really. But it was an exceptional performance.
He's long overdue winning a televised tournament. Would be immensely popular with darts fans across the country if Peter Wright were to finally get a televised tournament, and with the absence of Michael van Gerwen, it becomes very much a possibility. Gary Anderson's quoted as the 3-1 favourite, but Peter Wright, who was at 5s, has been backed all the way into 7-2, so that reflects a pretty serious weight of money which has gone on him since that fantastic performance yesterday.
Well, it does make a difference when you put in a performance like that, John. But certainly those two are deserved of the two favourites now that MVG isn't here. But I'm sure there's a few others who maybe just thinking they've got a chance this weekend.
63 then for the opening leg. There's the 13. 18 leaves double 16. This to make it 1-0. And beautifully done, yes. Clinical.
Well, always a good feeling when you hit the double with the first dart. Oozes you with confidence for the remainder of the encounter.
A nice solid 15 dart leg to begin with. And carrying on. Throwing with bags of confidence once more. His average game, his B game now, is the round about the high 90s 100 mark, isn't it? And when he gets higher, it's Van Gerwen-esque, as we saw yesterday.
Well, he's producing it as well, John, on a regular basis on the Pro Tour. Won 3 of the UK Open qualifiers, 2, I think, a quarter-final and 2 last 16s. It just shows the consistency. He's up the level. He said he was going to get better, and he's now producing it.
James Richardson, though, a decent player himself. This is his 4th UK Open. And he has got a couple of wins against Peter Wright. If you go back a bit to 2012, beat him in the Austrian Open and in the German Masters that year. So he knows what it takes.
Well, James has had plenty of experience on the big stage.
He gets a ton 40 here. That 84 is going to be under pressure.
He's to flip one in the middle, doesn't he? Maybe not enough. Still a finish, but a tall order.
So 84, treble 20, first port. Oh dear. Treble 13 he's looking at. Well, treble 10 or bullseye, one would have thought. He went for the bull, didn't get it.
Well, he's made a bit of a mess of that. Because if Peter Wright doesn't take this out, he's got to hit a single number first. All of a sudden he'll be under pressure.
So 41, he needs to get this, or the break will be beckoning. Double 16. This is a big dart, and that could be costly.
And that's come about with the messing about on the previous visit as well. Tops for 2-0.
Nicely done.
There was a big opportunity missed there, really, you have to say, from James. 84 hit the big 5, 13, and just made a bit of a pickle of it.
Looks as though he got it in his pocket, didn't he? And then, as you say, he made a hash of it. The capacity crowd or near capacity crowd is standing up now, because it very definitely does love the darts. Even Big Donald in the crowd.
Yeah, Friday night, great night down here in Minehead. Everybody travelled all the way down here to Somerset during the day.
Can be a bit of a battle through the Friday traffic, but they're here as ever in their thousands. If you've never been down here, you sort of have a nice easy journey down the M4, the M5, and then you get to that Bridgewater turn. The A39, is it, when you're coming across to Minehead? My goodness, every twist and turn, little villages. You think you're almost there on the map, and you've got another 45 minutes.
It takes me a week to get there.
Yeah, that's your driving, though.
I can blame Chris this time, because he drove.
Terrifying experience, I do imagine. Of course, I forget, you're almost one of Peter Wright's boys, aren't you? Not too far away from the border.
Sit out the window. Great setup.
Great setup. Right now, 150 for 3-0 on the throw. That's a good start. He'll go for another one, and he's got it for double 15 for a 150 check out. Oh, just the wrong side of the wire.
Oh, almost. James Richardson must have had his eyes shut there when he was throwing at double 15. But he's hit the double 12, got himself back in the match.
That'll settle him down. As you said before, though, Alan, he might not be a name that is a household name in darts terms, but he's been around for a while, hasn't he? As you say, bags of experience.
Yeah, he's played on the Pro Tour a lot. Some of the European Tour events as well. They're on the big stage in front of the big crowds in all around Europe.
Made his European Championship debut last year as well.
Oh, he's making a good attempt here to get that level.
Bit of an Icelandic salute. Where's that? The White Hart at Blighton.
I'm glad you said that.
Other pubs are available, of course. So I've heard.
78.
Peter Wright's going to have to make a big visit here. Oh, James Richardson could get back to 2-2 when it looked all and sundry like he was going to go 3-0 down.
Yeah, he's looking handy. Ooh, just the wrong side of the wire. That would have left double 19 had he got it in the treble 19 bed. But now Peter Wright with a chance of a break to make it 3-1. 104 is required.
Double 18. 18 for double 16. 104. Important. Not to be.
Well, will Richardson punish it? Did the hard part, didn't he? Tops then. Oh, well done. That's good finishing. 2 out of 4 on his doubles, and he's right back in it. Break at the end of this leg, and important for Peter Wright's chances that he holds his throw.
Well, it all looked good, didn't it? 2-0 up. But as we've said so often in this game, John, you cannot take your eye off the mark. It can change so quickly. The turnaround is immense. Big finishes or miss.
Richardson settled into it now. He's throwing better. And a bit of a sketchy start when Peter Wright looked for all the world as though he was carrying on where he left off last night. Not too far away, just down the road in Exeter.
Concentration there from Richardson. He knows he's back in the match.
Somebody who's not fazed by the crowd, by the atmosphere. You can see that it is steely concentration.
105.
certainly with the longer distance as well, John. You know, you can afford a few of those moments that you don't want in the game and get yourself back into it. First to 10.
So 156. He's come close to this. See what he can do this time. There's the treble 20 again. Now double 18 for 156. No, tugged it.
Well, in cricket, that's known as a wide. Good effort, though. Well, this really would be... Oh, he's hit it. He needs the ball for 161.
Wright, double 9. Double 8, goes 2 double 8 and takes it out. A little punch of the air, that was an important one, just to stop the mini revival of ruthless James Richardson. Peter Wright limping off the stage, but he has the lead. Richardson will have the throw when they return, but Wright is 3-2 ahead. Welcome back to Minehead. Action continuing in front of a near-capacity crowd here at Butlins Minehead for the UK Open. And Peter Wright is leading James Richardson by 3 legs to 2. Raced into a 2-leg lead, then back came Richardson, battling back, finishing well. And an important leg for Wright to take before that break. And you can see he's struggling with that left leg. Sprained his ankle during the course of the match against A.D. Lewis last night, and he is struggling. He's got it strapped up. It's clearly giving him a bit of jip.
Oh yeah, almost fortunate it wasn't the right leg, because that's the one that you stand on and lead with. A couple of updates from the other boards. Jermaine Wattimena 8-6 up on Kyle Anderson. The other Klassen 6-5 up on Johnny Clayton. Hewson 9-6 up on Lukeman. Brendan Dolan 5-3 up on John Michael, Van der Pass and Dennett 5 apiece. Gerwin Price 3 up on Justin Pipe.
Chris Dobie against Kevin Painter there. It was always stacked up to be a tight game, didn't it? That was always going to be a good one when it came out of the when the balls came out. I knew it was going to be a really tight match.
They just come from the.
I'm hearing that Dobie's just won.
He's just won. Well, certainly one of the young guns, as they say, making his mark in the PDC. Very, very good player, and such a good lad as well.
A bit of an opening here for Peter Wright, potentially, if he gets a big visit this time. 140 would put him on a finish. Looking for another treble 20. Oh, just the wrong side of the wire.
James Richardson fought well, didn't he, to get himself back in the match from 2-0 down. He looks fired up.
He does doesn't he? His concentration has been impressive. He's not got rattled at any stage so far, and this match is very much in the melting pot. Oh, good dart.
He's himself 71, but Richardson on 80. 20 for tops. To get back level. Has to move over the oche.
Will he be made to pay? This is a break possibility for Wright. Purses his lips, concentrates, ignores that aching ankle. And now he needs 18 to leave him on tops. Double 20. Oh, and that's not a good dart.
Well, he took his time, but it's a long way off the double. So big opportunity here for James Richardson to get back to 3-3. And he's missed the opportunity.
Well, that is a big miss from James. Double 10 then for 4-2 and the break of throw. Wrong side of the wire. Double 5. And there it is. Back ahead. And Richardson will kick himself because he shouldn't have lost that.
Well, he had all the chances there. He missed tops for the 80 and then came back to the ball. 3 darts at double 10. I'm afraid you can't do that at this level. You can't do it at most levels, to be fair. So he'll be mad at himself because he got himself well and truly back in the match, but all of a sudden he's 2 legs behind again and chasing.
First to 10, remember, at this stage in the 3rd round. Better from Wright. That's what they've come to see. His first maximum of the night.
Richardson hit 4 maximums in his first round match. Hasn't yet hit one in this one.
And Wright's building, or trying to. More like it. Getting the break and then coming back with big hits.
41. Require 140.
Well, it'll be good to see what problem he does have with the ankle if he gets through this match. Needs another treble for double 10. Big 20 for tops, because must have been playing on his mind as well. You know, people touting him to win this tournament with Michael not being here. Complacency, didn't want to get too complacent. And when you get a bit of an injury, you can just have that little bit of doubt in the back of your mind.
Well, tops for 5-2, this will make him feel better. There you go. And suddenly James Richardson, who'd got himself right back into things, sees Wright starting to disappear a little bit into the distance. 5-2 now, a 3-leg cushion.
135.
Peter Wright doing some stretches.
The dodge out. It's like James Wade's brother, isn't he? Wade next in action. Up against Adi Lewis. What a good game that's going to be. Wonder how Adi's going to be feeling after averaging 109 last night and losing 7-2.
Yeah, that can happen now in the professional game, can't it? If I remember last year or the year before, Phil Taylor averaging 116 in a 7-2 or 7-3 loss to Raymond. It can happen.
Well, Richardson, double 16.
85.
A long way off there, but Peter Wright back on 201. Just looking a little bit flaky at times, despite being 5-2 ahead. Just a couple of chinks in the armour.
Double 8. Good dart. 3 darts out of 11 at doubles. Wright 5 out of 11. He's finishing slightly better. Averages pretty much identical, both at 95.5.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Some of the other results and scores that we've got around the boards. Robert Thornton and Joe Cullen, that's going to be one to look forward to. Jelle Klassen going well, 10-7 up. 10-9 victory for Lutman.
Yeah, and Hoosen had 8 darts at the double in the last leg.
Benito van der Pas 8-6 ahead. Justin Pipe struggling against Gerwyn Price, 6-1 down. I thought that'd be a tight one.
Yeah, just one of those players who's just trying to get his form back.
Gerwyn Price, another of those players who's worked tremendously hard at his game and progressed through into the top 32 now. Right on a finish, 161. Puts some pressure on.
Oh, great visit there from Richardson. Gives him options on the 92 if he gets a shot. It's a big ask, this, for Peter Wright. He's missed the treble 19.
95.
Not impressed, was he? Right, so 92 went the bull route. He's missed it. Treble 18 he's looking for now. So back with advantage Wright.
Well, it's a missed opportunity, but he did go the right way. He went for the bullseye, but he missed the 25 to give him a possible bull shot to take the leg. So 9 for double 16. Oh, great last start for Peter Wright.
Finishing's been decent, hasn't it? Serving him well. Double 16, 50% checkout rates, and any professional darts player is going to be pretty happy with that.
Well, if he'd have missed that one there, James Richardson would have had a great chance to make it 5-4, and all of a sudden it's game on. It just makes such a difference when you can hit the double with that last dart in hand.
Break at the end of this leg, and Peter Wright will be very happy to get this one under his belt if he can get across the line. And 24 hours on, maybe the ankle will be feeling a wee bit better.
Oh yeah, first job first, get this out of the way, and then see if there's an issue they can deal with.
Another game tomorrow afternoon, of course, less than 24 hours, but you take the point.
Well, just going to bed really and resting. A bucket of ice or something, get it strapped up.
Oh, this is nice. Looking for his first maximum and getting it.
Well, he hit quite a few maximums in his first round encounter, which was the second match on the big stage today. But Peter Wright replies in kind.
Anything you can do. Oh dear, didn't need that. Treble 19 for double 19.
62.
So, Wright, another break beckoning.
Well, he almost recovered, didn't he? 18 for tops.
Well, thought that was going to go, but now is he going to go straight at double 19? 3 double 8. Double 1, 17 double 1. Well,
I think the fact that he went for the 3, it threw him slightly because he was a long way off the double 1. Well, this one for 7-3 ahead. Well, he finally hits the double top. James Richardson looked like he was going to get himself well and truly back in the match, but Peter Wright, despite that ankle injury, goes into the break, leading James Richardson by 7 legs to 3.
in Minehead, action elsewhere, and Chris Dobie, bright emerging talent, has accounted for Kevin Painter, beating the artist by 10 legs to 8. Good performance from him. And elsewhere, victory as well for Benito van der Pas, who beat Matthew Dennant by 10 legs to 6. And here on the main stage, Peter Wright is now just 3 legs away from a place in the next round. He leads James Richardson 7-3. It's not been vintage Wright. He's not got anywhere near the sublime levels that he achieved last night. Struggling with that ankle sprain, but still doing enough and getting the doubles importantly when he needs them.
Well, I think it's one of those situations for Peter that he just needs to get over the line in this match, get himself back to the bedroom, sort his ankle out, and then get himself ready for tomorrow, and hopefully there'll be a little bit more movement in there. It's always the worst the day after, isn't it, because you get the stiffness in the ankle.
It looks like a good one, does it? It looks like a serious twinge he's done, pulling those tendons. Sort of accident which squash players know all about.
We've got quite a few injuries at the moment, haven't we? A few bad backs, a few bad ankles.
Michael van Gerwen, most conspicuous of those who's missing this week. But if you've got any sort of an injury in this sort of sport, it's going to take a bit of a toll. That's good though, beautiful. Beautiful. Takes his average back over a ton.
Yeah, and his third maximum. More importantly, 8/140s and 20-ton pluses. Double 7 out of 15. Pretty decent. It's been about timing as well, because there's been a couple of occasions when he's hit the double with the last start with James on a double.
28.
On the 18s, so that if it all went completely haywire, it'd at least have something to go for on the 160.
28.
Richardson not able to step in, so Wright with lots of time to get rid of this 160.
Double 15 or treble 19. Should leave double 14. So nothing Richardson can do here.
13 darter if Peter Wright can get this double 14 at first attempt for 8-3. See if he can tuck this one away. Nicely done. Those doubles are serving him well. 8 out of 16, and he moves a leg closer to victory.
You sometimes look at performances like we have done and mentioned quite often today, John, with that 119 last night. And you look at this and you think, oh, he's not playing as well, but it's still almost 100 average. It's still a pretty good standard.
It's not shabby. It's just that I'm sure that a few people, well, many people here would be hoping that he would come in here and really hit the heights again, but for obvious reasons that we can see, it's not quite there. Maybe, though, still time as the weekend unfolds.
Certainly with the interesting factor, the draw later on this evening for the last 32.
Richardson's belief seems to have evaporated somewhat from where he was. Wright has the winning habit.
That's better.
Throws under pressure again. And Wright is cracking on.
Gives himself a finish. Richardson needs a finish, but still some work to do for both players here.
164, looks as though he's looking down at the bottom of the board. Treble 19 the target. Two of them would have left in the bullseye.
Well, the reason he went for the 25 there, the 19, it would have left 120. He would have gone back upstairs and maybe left himself more favourable on his next visit. Sometimes it can have that negative approach, as he's left himself
114.
All of a sudden, he's going to have to hit it, because James Richardson.
Well, let's see what he can make of this. 114 for 9-3. Great first dart. 14 to leave tops. He's got it. So double tops now for 9-3. And that is clinical. 114, and a look of resignation now on the face of James Richardson, because Peter Wright is almost there. Just one more leg required.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the performance. Been pretty good. He's at 3 maximums, looking for number 4. Couple of good finishes. James Richardson just can't find the big scoring.
Well, he had that look of steely concentration earlier on, but that's sort of slowly eroded and slowly backed off. And right now, despite that poor visit there, he's in control of this leg and seemingly set for victory.
Well, he's played pretty well, James Richardson, today. A bit disappointed in this performance so far, but he's not had a bad tournament.
80.
No, just can't find the big scores. Peter Wright homing in. 85 in front plus these 3.
60.
Third round losers take home 1,750 quid. So that's all that James Richardson is going to get for his weekend's endeavours. Peter Wright seemingly about to continue in search of the £70,000 winner's prize.
The title.
Indeed.
It's the important one.
Well, it would be just a massive pressure relieved, wouldn't it, if he could finally get across the line and win one, Peter Wright. So, 1:25 now for the match. He'll start, one would think, on the bullseye. Looking for 25, ideally, and he's got it. Treble 20 for tops. No.
Well, that was a long way off.
45.
Looked accusingly at it, didn't he? Where did that come from?
It's almost as if he was blaming somebody else for throwing it.
Little gremlin in the works. Right, try again. 80 it is. On the 20s. Oh, good dart. Double 10 then for the match. And beautifully taken. His doubles have been impressive. 10 out of 18. And he just had a bit too much for James Richardson. Not quite at the fabulous levels of the Premier League last night. But Peter Wright showing that he's going to take some shifting. He's through and he won it pretty well. Maybe he'll be dancing tomorrow, we'll see. That ankle is going to get better as the weekend progresses, and Peter Wright will have an eye on the title, you can bet it. He's won this match and through into the next round, beating James Richardson 10-4.
Peter Snakebite Wright is one of the favourites to win his maiden TV major here, especially in the absence of Michael van Gerwen. And he's on course, clearing his first hurdle despite a twisted ankle. He couldn't do his dancing properly, he had to wiggle his hips instead. But he got through, 10-3 the score against James Richardson, averaging 96 tonight with Snakebite. Well, over on board 2, Joe Cullen going very well indeed against Robert Thornton. 8-2 he's up. Remember, the first to 10. This is the best tournament that Joe's had. He reached a quarter-final here last year, so he likes it here in Minehead. Well, that's the latest from the main rooms. Over in the multi-board area, Ned Bolting's been trying to keep track of 6 boards all at once. Not easy, but if anyone can do it, it is Ned. What's been happening, Ned?
Well, I admire your faith in my abilities, but I'm not entirely sure I know what's going on. I can tell you, seconds ago, Gerwyn Price just got the better of Justin Pipe. Proper slugfest that, but in the end, 10-5, he ran out the winner. But it was a long, slow contest, as is John Michael against Brendan Dolan. That's a proper heavyweight slugfest. And I'm looking over there, and it looks like John Michael is 9-8 up, so edging towards the conclusion of that match. One feels one way or another. Let's have a look at some of the matches that have reached their conclusion, though, and round up some of those. Starting with, well, it was a good while ago now, Mark Webster just about getting the better of Ross 12.
Yeah, and considering how Mark played this afternoon, he was absolutely on fire in his previous game, so I'm surprised he struggled so much. But that happens sometimes. You play on you play on one stage and then you come and play on another, and it's night and day.
He's got through today. He regroups and goes again tomorrow. Jermaine Watamina, 10-7 against Kyle Anderson.
That's a great win for him, isn't it?
Yeah, because Anderson's a dangerous opponent as well, isn't he? Very.
Yeah.
So he's one to watch. Watamina looking very confident. Spoke to him earlier on today. Jelle Klaassen, 10-7 against Johnny Clayton. That's another impressive, quiet little sort of dark horse there, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Clayton's been playing some superb darts of late, so that's a big win for you. That was a potential banana skin for him, so he'd be relieved to get through that.
Yeah, well, you can see the expression tells it all, doesn't it? Benito van der Pas, also a clear winner against someone you know very well.
Young Matthias. I mean, he won his first game. I think it was 2-0 down in his first game, and then ran out a 6-4 winner. So got in the money and a bit more experience for him. It'll hold him in good stead for the future.
And this one was just horrendous to watch towards the end. Martin Lukeman beats Rob Hewson 10-9. Hewson missed 11 darts to win the match.
That was just in the last leg. In a previous leg, he had 5 darts to win it, so he's had 13 darts to get over the line. He will be absolutely fuming. He won't sleep well tonight.
Yeah, and Lukeman might feel that he's got away with it, but ultimately, look, there you go. He thanks the darting gods. twice.
Well,
for good
he's just
measure.
made another 1,700 quid in the next round, so I bet he's happy.
Big result. Big result from two of the more lowly ranked opponents moving into tomorrow's action. We've got an interesting match. I think they've just broken behind us. You can see the gentleman in question now. If we just step to one side and allow our cameraman to pick up the long hair of Ryan Searle. Now, he is, I think, 5-all at the break. I think that's the score. He was 5-1 up against Mick McGowan, but he's been pegged back to 5-all. And Ryan Searle's special because he's attracting all the local support. And whenever he nails one, it's absolutely goes ballistic in here, doesn't it?
Yeah, Mick will be well used to that, you know, playing a lot of local stuff in Ireland where they are quite loud. But he's battled back well, McGowan. Ryan Searle is a great player, not that well known, but a former BDO Gold Cup semi-finalist and a Challenge Tour winner. I think he won twice last year on the Challenge Tour, so this will be some scope.
Yeah, oh well. Listen, that is very much the beauty of this competition, isn't it? The names that perhaps aren't so familiar in the darting world, they come into prominence, they come into the spotlight, they seize their moment. That's what it's all about down here.
It is, and that is why we love this tournament. Well, the latest scores as things stand around the 8 boards. We saw Peter Wright, of course, here, safely through to the 4th round. The draw, of course, will be later on tonight, in about an hour and a half's time, we reckon. Joe Cullen on the brink, just needs one more leg. Oh, we're just hearing he's won. Robert Thornton is out, falling at the 3rd round stage. 10-2 it has finished there. It's a close one between Ryan Searle and Mick McGowan, as we heard. Vincent van der Voort, he doesn't muck about. He's 5-3 up against Ronnie Hybrex. Close match between David Pallett and Steve Beaton, the Adonis. John Michael, one leg away from beating Brendan Dolan, potentially. Ted Ebbets, the 19-year-old, highly promising youngster, is going well against Andrew Gilding. And Gerwyn Price has beaten local favourite Justin Pipe from Taunton. And here are the winning darts even from Joe Cullen, going through against the experienced Robert Thornton. Certainly one of Chris Mason's favourite players, always tipping in for big things. Let's see what he can do here. Quarter-finalists, remember, here last year. Now they call this competition the FA Cup of Darts, and an open draw in every round is one of the reasons for that, and that is why we've